Now let us continue with the different addressing modes of 8085. So there are total 5 different addressing modes available with 8085. Before moving towards the addressing modes of 8085, it is important to see the instruction format of 8085 and the different concepts of the opcode and operand, and then we will move towards the actual addressing modes of 8085. So instruction format of 8085 consists the 1, 2 and 3 byte instructions. So depending on the size of the instruction, different instruction formats are there. So in this picture we can able to see there are total 3 instruction formats. The first format, which shows the opcode in rectangle. In the rectangle we can able to see the opcode, and below that 1 byte, or we can say that 1 byte instruction or 1 byte format. The second format of size 2 byte, or this particular format for 2 byte instruction, it consists of the 1 byte opcode and 1 byte operand. And third format, so in this third format, the first byte is opcode, second byte is operand, and third byte is also operand. Then what is this particular field, that is opcode and operand? So as I said, opcode is nothing but operational code depending on the instructions provided by the user. The equivalent hexadecimal code is nothing but the operational code. So depending on the opcode, the microprocessor decides this particular instruction for the addition operation, subtraction operation, kind of operations. Then operand. So in the operand field you will find the data or address, or we can say 8-bit, 16-bit data, or 8-bit, 16-bit address. So depending on the contents available in the operand, either the address, data, or the general purpose registers, also different addressing modes are available. And also the size of the instruction make it change depending on the contents available in the operand field, that is 1 byte instruction, 2 byte instruction, or 3 byte instruction. The first byte of any instruction is always the opcode. So the first byte is always the operational code of the instruction. In 2 byte instruction, the second byte is usually 8-bit data, and in case of 3 byte instruction, the last 2 bytes represents the 16-bit address or 16-bit data. And one more thing is that in case of 2 byte instruction, also you will find the second byte is 8-bit address also. As I said, depending on the instructions provided by the user, different operations get performed by the CPU or the microprocessor. So here we can able to see 8085 opcode sheet. At the left hand side, hex codes are given, and at the right hand side the mnemonic. We'll take a simple example of the first instruction. So first instruction is ACI. So ACI indicates add immediate with carry. Add immediate with carry, and its equivalent operational code or opcode or hex code is available at the left hand side. In this way, ADC, add with carry. ADD indicates simple addition operation. So suppose ADDB instruction is there, so it indicates addition operation. So accumulator register content get added with the B register content. So A plus B result you are getting in accumulator, and its equivalent opcode is given at the left hand side, that is 80 hex, hexadecimal operational code. Likewise, total 70 to 74 instructions are there, and their operational code or opcodes are given in this particular opcode sheet. Then what is this mnemonic? So mnemonic is to understand the operation performed by the CPU. As I said, ADD indicates addition operation. Likewise, suppose MOV. So MOV is nothing but move instruction, data copying instruction. In the same way, sub instruction is there for subtraction. ANA is there for logical ANDing operation. So mnemonics are given in this opcode sheet to identify the type of the instruction and operation performed by the instruction. So this mnemonic is for user, but processor only takes the hexadecimal equivalent opcodes. So operations get performed in the microprocessor with the help of hexadecimal codes. So mnemonics are for user only to identify the type of the instruction or operation performed by the instruction. Then the concept of the address and data. So this memory address and data we will compare with the postman and the postcard. So suppose postcard is available with the postman, then to deliver that particular postcard, the postman requires the exact address of the receiver. So suppose one city is there, and suppose he don't know the exact address of the particular person or the exact location of the home in the city. So at that time he will not deliver that particular postcard to that particular person. So to deliver that particular postcard, postman requires the exact location of the home located in the city. In the same way, to store a data in the memory, the CPU or the microprocessor requires the memory address. Okay. Again, if suppose postman identifies the exact location of the home, then he will hand over the postcard to the particular person. So this kind of operation is nothing but data writing operation or data storing operation. Suppose the postman want to receive or take the postcard from the particular person located in XYZ city or from that particular home. So taking a postcard from the particular location or from the home which is located in the city is nothing but data reading operation. Okay, so here the memory is compared with the city, and location of the home is compared with the address. Okay, that is home address, and postcard giving and taking is compared with the data reading and data writing operation. Okay, so in the microprocessor or in the embedded field, always you will find these two words, that is address and data. Okay, so in this particular diagram we can able to see the memory locations. Okay, so memory map they are shown. At the left hand side, the 16-bit memory address like your home address. So C100, C101, C102, likewise up to C106. These are the memory location or 16-bit addresses, and the memory is compared with the city. Okay, memory is compared with the city and the different homes available in the city with the specific address. So suppose memory is compared with the city and C100 is the address, and at this particular address 01 data is there, 8-bit data is given. That is, at this particular memory location with the address C100, 01 data is available. In the same way, if suppose another home is there in the city with different address, for example C101, and the data available at that memory location is 02. Likewise, at location C102, 03 is available, C103, 11 is stored, C104, 16 is present, C105, 13 is available, and C106 at this particular location 2 don't care conditions. Now we will see the concept of the data reading and data writing operation that we compared with the Postman. So in this diagram we can able to see data reading operation. So here at the left hand side CPU is there, okay, CPU, and at the right hand side is the memory and different memory locations. Okay, so suppose memory is compared with the city. So in the memory at location C104, 16 is stored or 16 is available, and suppose CPU is going to read the data available in the memory with the help of address lines and with the help of data lines. So CPU will identify, or with the help of address lines, that is C104, he will take or he will read the data from the memory. Now on address line C104, 16-bit address lines C104, and suppose on this particular C104 16 is available, so this 16 get fetched or get read by the CPU and get stored in the register. Okay, so with the help of read signal, CPU will read the data available in the memory where the address is C104. So this is nothing but data reading operation, that is taking the data from the memory with the specific address. Now in this case at location C104, 16 is available, so CPU will read or take the data 16 from the memory. So this is about the data reading operation. Opposite to this data writing operation, suppose once again the same memory map from C100 to C106. So here 16-bit address is shown in hexadecimal number format, C100 to C106, and the data available in the memory 01, 02, 03, 11, 16, 13, and at last 22. Then data writing operation. Now suppose CPU want or processor want to store a data at location C106 hex. Okay, C106 hex. So first the CPU will provide the memory address, okay, that is C106, and by using data bus he will send or he will store data 22 hex to the particular, that is C106 location. Now in this diagram we can able to see at location 22 is stored, and at the left hand side also we can able to see the don't care condition which are mentioned previously are get overwritten with the 22 hex. So data writing operation is nothing but data storing operation, that is data from internal register of the microprocessor to the memory which is connected to the CPU or microprocessor. So this is about the data reading and data storing or data writing operation. Now we will move towards the different addressing modes. Okay. So what is addressing mode? So addressing mode is nothing but the various ways to specifying the operands. As I said, the different operand, that is register, 8-bit, 16-bit address or 8-bit, 16-bit data. Okay. So various formats for specifying the operands is called the addressing modes. 8-bit or 16-bit data may be directly given in the instruction, or in another word we can say that 8-bit or 16-bit immediate data can be a part of the instruction, that is in the operand. Sometimes you will find the 8-bit or 16-bit address, 8-bit or 16-bit data. The address of the memory location, IO port and IO devices where the data resides may be given in the instruction itself. Means sometimes in the instruction or in the instruction format you will find, or in the operand you will find the 8-bit or 16-bit address. So in case of IO device, in the instruction format you will find 8-bit address, and in case of memory device or memory related instructions, in the operand you will find the 16-bit address. In some instruction only one register is specified, that is 1 byte or 2 byte instruction. The content specified register is one of the operand. It is understood that the other operand is in the accumulator. So this is for the 1 byte instructions. In some instructions specify 1 or 2 registers, that is in the operand field you will find the register, general purpose register, 8-bit registers or register pairs also. The contents of register are required data, that is data which is available in the registers are used by the instruction. In some instruction data is implied. So data is implied is nothing but the instruction will assume the data available in the accumulator, not any other register, B, C or any other register. Okay, so always the instruction assumes data available in the accumulator only. Most instruction of this type operate on the contents of accumulator. Yes, so always these kind of instruction will assume data available in the accumulator, and after processing or operation again he will store data in the accumulator. Now we will see one by one. Total 5 addressing modes are there. So first one is the simple implicit addressing mode. Okay, so as per the previous line, so implicit means, so in this particular addressing mode the instruction or the processor assumes data available in the accumulator itself. So all the instructions under this implied addressing mode are of 1 byte instruction, and only one opcode you will get for this instruction. So one example they are given, CMA complement the contents of accumulator. CMA complementation of the accumulator, that is after the complementation of the accumulator content, result again you will get in the accumulator itself. The second addressing mode, immediate addressing mode. So immediate addressing mode is nothing but if suppose 8-bit or 16-bit data is the part of the instruction, or 8-bit or 16-bit data is available in the operand field, so at that time that particular instruction from immediate addressing mode. Okay, So size of the instruction in this particular case is 2 byte or 3 byte. If suppose in the operand field 8 bit data is there, so at that time 2 byte instruction, 1 byte opcode and 1 byte for 8 bit data. If suppose 16 bit data is there in the operand field, so at that time size of the instruction is 3 byte, that is 1 byte opcode and 2 bytes for the 16 bit data. So two example they are given. So MVI R,05X. Now in this particular example, MV indicates move instruction, data moving operation. MV means move instruction, and I indicates the immediate, that is move immediate. R,05. R is the general purpose register. Okay, so either the special purpose register or general purpose register. So move immediate 05X is the 8 bit immediate hexadecimal data. So 05X get copied in the specified register. If I say MVI B, 05X, MVI B, 05X, so at that time 05X get copied in B register. Okay. Another example, ADI. So AD indicates addition operation and I means immediate. Okay, so add immediate 06 hex in accumulator, that is A plus 06. So in detail about the different instructions available of 8085 we'll see later. So to identify the immediate addressing mode, always you will find the capital letter I. So I indicates immediate addressing mode. Third one, that is direct addressing mode. So in this particular addressing mode, you will find the 8 bit or 16 bit address of the memory or IO device, or we can say 8 bit IO device port address or 16 bit memory address, and the size of the instruction is 2 byte or 3 byte. So address of the operand in the instruction. So two example again given, that is STA. So ST indicates storing operation and A indicates accumulator. Store accumulator content directly in the specified memory location. So in this example 2400X is the 16 bit memory address. So this particular instruction will store accumulator content to the particular memory location. Then next example is in 02X. So this in 02X instruction is for IO device. To read the input peripheral with the port address 02X, this instruction is used. So there are total two instructions are there for IO device, that is in and out. In 8 bit address and out 8 bit address. Next addressing mode, register addressing mode. In case of register addressing mode, in the operand field always you will find the general purpose register, or the general purpose register is the part of the instruction. At that time we can say that that particular instruction from register addressing mode. So two examples are given again. MOV, the mnemonic for the move instruction. So MOV A, B. So here A is the destination register and B is the source register. Data copying, a simple data copying instruction. After the execution of this instruction, contents of B register get copied in accumulator. That is in the operand field you will find A and B register. Next example, ADD B. So ADD mnemonic for addition and B is the general purpose register. Again in the operand B register is there. So accumulator content plus B register content and result again in accumulator. Okay, so simple way to identify the addressing mode of this addressing mode of the instruction. If suppose you will find in the registers, you will find the registers in the operand field, so that instructions from the register addressing mode. Then register indirect addressing mode, or simply indirect addressing mode. In some instructions you will find the register pairs. In the operand field you will find the register pair. First byte is opcode, and in the operand field you will find the register pairs. So if suppose the processor want to read the data from the memory location, and the address of the memory location is available in register pairs. Okay, so suppose LDAX. So LD indicates load operation, loading operation, A indicates accumulator, and X indicates the operand in register pairs. So X indicates the next register in pairs. So here LDAX, B means BC pair. So wherever you find the X, capital letter X, which indicates the operand consists of the register pairs. So LDA means that load accumulator. Load accumulator indirectly by using BC register address, or the address available in BC register. So indirectly the BC register will provide the address of the memory location. The same way, storing operation, store accumulator indirectly by using DE pair. So in detail about the LDAX, STAX, indirect addressing mode, and the how the contents get copied and contents get stored or get written in the memory, we will see in detail about the LDAX and STX instruction. So simply remember, in case of indirect addressing mode, the register pair will give the information about the memory location in case of the register indirect addressing mode. And the size of the instruction of this addressing mode is always 1 byte. So this is about the addressing modes of total 5 addressing modes are there, addressing modes of the 8085. In the next session we will see the different instructions of the 8085 microprocessor.